How are you doing, everyone? I'm GlacialWolf, and I'll be starting a series of videos that'll talk about which parts of games could have been improved upon. The games I'll discuss are fantastic games already, but no game is perfect. Also, if you want to get to the point, the entirety of the list is in the description as well as the music used. But if you want to watch, relax, chill, and enjoy. So, what Majora's Mask 3DS could have done better? Let's start things off simple. Revert Zora swimming back into its original controls. Far too many games make swimming the least fun gameplay mechanic, but the original Majora's Mask made swimming extremely fun. Going up and down like a dolphin was awesome, and the pacing was bodacious. I'm not stating the new swim controls are bad, but it's inferior in every way. It's like keeping the Kokiri sword over the Gilded sword. Both functional, but one is obviously better. Speaking of swords, let me keep the Razor Sword. We all know the Razor Sword was the coolest sword. Some argue the Great Fairy and the Helix Sword, but to me, the symmetrical design gets a little bit stale afterwards. There's really not much to discuss other than that. Make the Razor Sword permanent, and that's it. Razor Sword is hands down the coolest sword. Now let's get into some major changes. I want quests that make you fear the moon, or in other words, quests that make you really strap for time. To me, the moon is just an aesthetic. You look up and you're like, oh yeah, that's what I'm trying to stop. You don't really get that immersed with the impending doom feeling, unlike the cafe quest where you get the couple's mask right before the moon falls. The Nintendo 64 version of Majora's Mask did the atmosphere some justice with temporary save points, but even still, it wasn't that intense, and the removal of temporary save points really undermines the atmosphere of uncertainty and worry. Give me time attack mode. For bosses and mini-bosses. Place it somewhere in the clock tower. Now I know you can repeat boss fights by returning to the dungeons and mini-bosses the same way, but it's a minor inconvenience, especially for Majora. Seriously, you have to wait for the carnival to start, go through the fairy abuse cutscene, play the oath, go through the giants cutscene, some dialogue skipping, go through the moon cutscene, and then finally fight Majora. It gets really tedious, you know? Ocarina of Time 3DS had it, so I don't see no reason why Majora's Mask shouldn't have it. Just no Fierce Deity Mask. On to the next and final change. Pretty much in the entirety of the series, there's always going to be a trivial thing that could have made the game better. So you know how you put on the Captain's Mask or the Gibdos mask and the Redead start dancing? Well, this involves Majora's Incarnation in them. I wish that when Majora's Mask was remade, when you start fighting Majora's Incarnation, you put on the Kamaro's mask and start dancing. Majora would do the same dance too. It would be such a crazy and neat detail, kinda like an Easter egg where you use the bug net on Ganondorf. And this is a bit abrupt, but this is the end, everyone. A bit short, but Majora's Mask 3DS didn't have that many flaws to me. I hope you enjoyed the first video in the series and my first video in general. Tell me what you think and what you wanted in Majora's Mask 3DS. And remember, stay chill.